On the line, we're joined by Jaco Mulder, who is the chairperson of the Gauteng Legislator Portfolio Committee on Environment, Agriculture and Rural Development as well. Jaco, thank you so much for joining us this morning and welcome to Area Code.
Thank you. Good morning to you.
I think let's start off with, obviously, the significance of this conversation. You've managed to raise awareness and you're here to make sure that we give the highlight of what the problem seems to be. What are the primary environmental challenges currently that are facing the Mogale City Local Municipality? And also indicating, how do you assess the municipality's response to these challenges?
Yes, as we know that I'm chairing the Portfolio Committee for Environment, Agriculture and Rural Development in Gauteng in the legislature. And we conducted an oversight visit to the Mogale City Council to inquire about these challenges that you've mentioned. And what we found is that there are numerous aspects that's not in place. We discovered that the Leipoldvlei landfill site is not up to standard. It was in the news where there was a fire incident reportedly ignited by Zamas after the altercation with recyclers. We also investigated the Percy Stewart wastewater treatment works as we're polluting the Ridgespruit and Vaal River system, as well as the Brickvale Village wastewater treatment plant, which was totally not in operation, as well as the Flip Human wastewater treatment works, and then a new development, Dr. Safalaro Village in Hackwood, where they've actually built a series over spill pipe just on top of the Mogale River. So the reason why I'm mentioning all of this, there's definitely an integrated, systematic problem in Mogale City with wastewater treatment.
Certain areas maybe have been quite affected more than the others. Maybe if you can give us an explanation to the rationale behind the request for the extension in submitting a rehabilitation plan for Brickvale Village, and what steps have been taken onto that?
Yes, as far as Brickvale is concerned, it's in the area of what we know as the Krugersdorp Game Reserve on the Talton Road. Currently, there are about 505 houses out of 6,000 that planned that have been built and occupied. Now, what happened there is this development is on an old brick quarry where huge sinkholes occurred because this whole area is dolomite area. Now, to start from the beginning, in fact, I'm of opinion that this development shouldn't have been there in the first place. If heavier rains would fall in the future, we all know what will happen with dolomite, especially with high-density housing where sinkholes occur. Now, for this 505 houses, the whole water treatment plant has not been operational, and all this raw sewage has been running into the dolomite, into the ground for a long time, I would say since COVID-19. Why they haven't complied, the same question could be asked for all the others. There's definitely a systematic and a management crisis in the Mogale City.
Jaco, I think earlier on we mentioned some of the difficulties that obviously municipality faces at this current point in time. And when we look at some of these are financial problems. These are problems that also indicate technical capacity, vandalism when it comes to wastewater treatment facilities as well. How are these issues maybe impacting the ability of the municipality to meet its environmental obligations? And what immediate steps can be taken to address these challenges?
Yes, that's the reason why the Portfolio Committee conducted this oversight, because it was quite clear that the executive of the municipality should be held accountable and that there's huge challenges there. And my message is just that they can't do this on their own. The Mogale City Local Municipality has to join hands with higher education authorities, with National Department of Water Affairs and Environment, also with businesses in the area to actually address the situation, because on their own they wouldn't be able to do it. I think some of the reasons for this is, during the years there was a huge in-migration of people into Gauteng. And we must remember that Gauteng is a very small geographical area, approximately 1.4% of South Africa's total geographic area. But this little province houses more than a quarter, 25% of all South Africans live in Gauteng. And approximately 34% of the every rand that's earned is earned in Gauteng. So this little province plays a very important role as an economic hub of South Africa. If municipalities fail, and in this instance, Mogale City, to adhere to certain regulations, then it poses a threat actually to the whole of South Africa. So it's important that the province intervene and that we assist Mogale City Local Council to get out of the situation.
They always say no man is an island. You also have your responsibility from the portfolio committee. There's also filtering down to municipality. And then there's a community and a society that also needs to play their role in order for everything to work out seamlessly. And maybe not from the jump, but eventually working cohesively together could maybe see some fruitful activities at the end of the day. What would you maybe bring to the light for the community members to bring forward when it comes to this initiative?
I think it's very important for communities, especially in these days, to get involved with the affairs of their community, to take the future into their hands and to report fraud, for instance, to report instances where rubble has been dumped where it shouldn't be dumped. If they see pollution, they should report it to authorities. And I think it's very important to join environmental awareness groups, to apply further pressure on the authorities to hold them accountable. And that's exactly what we've seen here, especially in the cradle of humankind, where they play a huge role. The community plays a huge role in assisting government to get this problem sorted out.
I think just lastly, before I let you go, very huge crisis and also looking at how it impacts our global landscape right now. What is the municipality doing to raise the public awareness of the environmental and the health risk posed by the sewage pollution and the water mismanagement as well, but also bringing into the conversation, how can this role be split amongst each and every single person effectively?
Well, the municipality did issue directives and they did place ads in the local media and send out emails and also media statements on the radio to warn the public about the situation, especially in the cradle of humankind, where the Percy Stewart wastewater works is totally non-operational. And agriculture and the whole environmental setup has been threatened. So they have done it, but I think public participation processes, public meetings, getting the community involved, there could be more done to do that. And the portfolio committee from the province side will see to it that this happens and that the provincial department is also held accountable. And that, for that reason, I can tell you and assure the public that the meeting that we had on the 1st of November was very fruitful, and that we will meet again and see to it that these agreements are adhered to.
Speaking of agreements, just very quickly, you've just given me a thought about something, providing more information on the memorandum of agreement with Sibanye Stillwater. How will that actually, how will their involvement actually make sure that the works support environmental improvements in the area?
Well, this memorandum of agreement with Sibanye Stillwater has been facilitated to support the treatment works as part of a corporate social investment initiative. And that is very, very important. However, we should acknowledge that businesses prioritizing profit over environmental responsibility. Such behavior is unacceptable and it will lead to criminal charges and heavy fines for polluting the province rivers. So an agreement like this with Sibanye Stillwater is a very important one.
Jaco, thank you so much for your time this morning, and we hope that the call has been sounded and many people are going to be jumping in and making sure that the environment does not suffer.
Thank you. We're all in this together and we'll have to make it work.
Thank you very much once again. That's Jaco Mulder, was the chairperson of the Gauteng Legislature Portfolio Committee on Environment, Agriculture and Rural Development as well, giving us insight on the environmental issue in Mogale City, the local municipality.